All right. What's going on? What's up? Welcome back to the Creative Notice Podcast. Got myself, Bobby. To my right, we got Jeff. What's going on? How you doing?
We here, man. Got some big stories to talk about. Some action finally occurred in the NBA. We got to get into it.
Yeah. Listen, man. Let's get right into it. As always, please subscribe, like, comment. We're also doing a new segment where we're going to certain comments we're going to pull up on the screen and we're going to do a live response. So please engage with us. So, but let's get right into it. So, Donovan Mitchell to the Cavs. That just went down hot off the press. That just went down today, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Danny Ainge is doing some wonders over there in Utah. He got all those picks together. Eventually, he's going to be able to accumulate a star out of any of those picks. So I got to give props to Utah for that. But this is huge, man.
Look at this haul. That's a haul.
But look how much accumulation between the picks they got for Donovan and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, but but Danny Ainge, that's what he does, right? He stockpile picks and he treats them like they're gold. I mean, that's what he does.
That's he can reveal that Utah Jazz team been kind of struggling for some time now. I don't think they struggle. I just feel like when they get to the playoffs, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah, I mean, but I also think the West is they're too packed. Like, I mean, you got, we start the Warriors, you got the Suns, you got the Nuggets, you got even the Mavericks now are contenders. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
definitely
the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, it's just, you know what it is, man. I'm realizing too, about what's going on in today's basketball. You need more than just a superstar. Like, it's almost like you don't need three, but you just need a complete team because you need a complete team.
That's what basketball is all about.
Yeah.
If you understand what basketball is, it's about team chemistry. You get that gel together. For example, I give you teams like Memphis Grizzlies. You won't think they are dominant force, but they don't have a whole bunch of superstars and all this and that, but they have a lot of collective players that can play together. And they love playing together. You get that kind of chemistry going, no telling what you can accomplish.
Yeah. And then it's kind of weird though, like, because the game is transitioned to where, okay, so I mean, we can go back to the history, but let's do LeBron. We can do the Michael Jordan era. This is not LeBron, but Michael Jordan. I'm just talking about eras. So Michael Jordan era was more of, okay, they had it was like one de facto person that really led the team, and there was a whole bunch of role players.
There's been plenty of teams, I can say, in the Jordan era. You got to understand, they got Houston Rockets. That was a collective of team. They had a king, but that was on like that. That wasn't a king's prime. You understand, was like the late 80s and like going to the mid 90s.
True.
But around the time he won championships, that's kind of towards the end of his role. You know what I'm saying? And then they had a collective of a whole bunch of role players that actually did a part. Don't get me wrong. Clyde came in the next year, 95. He did his part. I mean, but he was on his way out. That was on his last leg.
Yeah.
But Clyde Drexler for the audience.
Yeah.
But you had Kenny Smith, you had Bernie Maxwell, you had Robert Horry. All those guys paid their part. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually got Sam Cassell the next year.
Yeah.
Along with Clyde Drexler and so forth. Yeah. So, you got teams like that. You had the Orlando Magic. They built it up. When you had Penny first. Yeah. Then they had Shaq first. Then they eventually got Penny. And then they, Horace Grant, then all that, came apart. And it's been a lot of collectively good teams. Then you had a Knicks that was always good,
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. Like, and that's okay. So, you know what? That's okay. So that, I'm glad you said it, because that's the point I was going to get to. Like, that was going to be like the ending point. So, like, there's a lot of great players, but there's one de facto like that guy. there was that guy on every team that, okay, this is the guy. Now we're in a league where there could be 2 to 3 guys on the team, where it's like that guy. But now it's almost like the way the league is going now, like you it's kind of going back to how it used to be, like complete basketball. You don't need 2 guys. You can have one de facto, let's say, primary ball handler or primary one of the best players. But if you have a really great team, like, okay, so what's like, let's say, I don't want to compare. I can't compare eras, but
I mean, you legit can.
So
the
like
only reason why you can't, because the rules are different.
the rules are different. Yeah,
The rules play a big part. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A lot of that flopping shit didn't happen in the 80s and 90s.
yeah,
You got to remember they adopted that the college defense into the NBA in the early 2000s. That's a big difference
yeah,
because a lot of guys are actually guarding people, actually doing physical work. I give props to guys like Gary Payton. He guarded those number ones and number twos. He
yeah,
actually got out there and he defended them.
yeah.
So so yeah, that plays a
But
big part.
okay, so okay, here we go. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting it out because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how can I explain this, and now I figured it out. Perfect way, simple, straight to the point. You had back in those days, you had stars and you had superstars. Gary Payton was considered a star, not a superstar.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, so there's certain players. Would you like Charles Barkley? Was he a star or a superstar?
He was a superstar, bro.
Superstar. Yeah, yeah, superstar. I know. I'm just saying, just for purposes. So there were players on certain teams where, like, you could have 1 or 2 superstars, but everybody else is either a star. Everybody under them was either a star or a role player. So now it seems like, because the way the game is now, there's so much talent, and teams are kind of evening out. It's almost like it's going back to how it used to be, where you can have one de facto superstar and have one star, but then mainly you need to have role players that can play their game, to play the role. You need somebody to
You
defend.
need, of course,
You need
have to
somebody.
have.
You have it.
Listen, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You have to have a team where it has full chemistry, where everybody's on the same page to get the job done. And I feel like right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a complete overall starting lineup, and they also have complementary from the bench with a lot of collectively veteran players. I really think you have to put them in a contender. I feel like they're right now with Donovan Mitchell, they could be a contender. Now, I hope Donovan can continue to be Donovan, and if he can, he has no problem taking Cleveland to the next level.
Yeah.
Because they almost made the playoffs last year. We were just
They
talking
did.
about earlier.
They
They
did. Yeah.
almost just made the playoffs. They was there,
Yeah, you changed my mind. Like offline, we was talking about, and I got it up. I wanted to keep it up, so I can see it and see, so everybody else can see it. But because initially when I saw the trade, I was like, man, like the Cavaliers, like, because I really like his game. I like Donovan Mitchell's game.
No shade to Cleveland, but nobody want to
No,
go to Cleveland, man.
no, nah, man.
Just being honest, bro.
No. And but so when we pull up the squad, and now we're
Squad's there.
talking, and we're talking about, okay, complete team. Let me zoom in a little bit. I mean, it could work. Like you're definitely right about a contender. Like, you're not lying. Like
They got Jared Allen at the 5. I mean, the defensive powerhouse, rebounding powerhouse.
The Nets should have
Very
never let him go.
underrated center.
Nets should have never let him go. I mean, I played fantasy basketball, and that's when I first
he's
got
a monster.
He's a monster, man.
Monster.
He's a monster. I mean, he
a
put up
double
numbers for me.
Like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, because I play fantasy basketball too.
Okay,
one and two as well. So yeah, then you're gonna have Evan Mobley starting at a power forward, and I feel like he's coming to his own. You're gonna have Karis LeVert playing the wing, and then you're gonna have Donovan Mitchell playing the 2, and and number 1, you got a very underrated point guard in Darius Garland.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a problem in the East.
It
The
is.
East is coming along.
It
And you
is.
thought it was hard last year. It's definitely gonna get a lot tougher this year.
And I think the biggest thing I like about the Cavaliers is look at the salaries.
Yeah, man. Major props to their front office,
Yeah,
man. They
yeah,
really capitalized on getting
yeah,
Mitchell, man.
yeah, like that.
And
It's a good move. It's a really good move.
they gave up a lot, but
They did. They gave up a lot. See, that's
he
what I
worth it.
question.
I didn't think that fucking Ruby Gobert deserved all them damn picks like that.
No, I didn't either. I thought
He don't score on the offensive end. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a defensive mastermind, but shit, man, he don't really score at all.
My only problem with Donovan Mitchell is he gets hurt. He like definitely towards the last 2-3 years. You know, I know he has a lot of hamstring issues because he's such a forceful guard, shooting guard. You know, like the way his stop and go transitions. He's driving a lot. I mean, he's explosive. My only concern with him is his injuries. You know, he's been injured the last 2 years, and he battles through it though. He's a fighter. I know he does, but I hate it because he's not at his full Donovan Mitchell self, even when he's playing if he's hurt. So he's played hurt the last 2 years. So that's I don't know, man. They more again. If I go back to this, let me go back to the other slide real quick. What they gave up. You know, okay, here we go. They gave up 2025 first round pick, 2026 pick swap, 2027 first round pick, 2028 pick swap, and a 2009 first round pick. So that's 3 first round picks. You know, man, that's heavy, man. That's I mean, so that's another question. Do you think he's that type of player for 3 first round picks? Man. And they gave up Colin Sexton. Like Colin Sexton is not he's
no,
nice.
Colin Sexton is decent, bro.
Yeah.
He can ball. The problem I have, and this is the problem that I'm confused with, is he gonna be able to carry that load, and can he be depended on when it comes to getting to the playoffs? Because it's been dull. It's been dull ever since, you know, every time he get in the playoffs when he had Utah. And Utah had a pretty good team.
They did. So that's the thing. And you had what's his name at the helm? I love him. Mike Conley. Yeah, Mike Conley at the helm as a point guard. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, but he's another guy that's not used to playoff success.
No, he's not. But even another guy, you know, that Laurie Marketing, he's another one. He's another monster too. Like in my fantasy.
Nah.
No,
I mean, like him. You know, he played for the Bulls. You know, Bulls my team, but he never showed promise. It's like
he averaged.
He's very inconsistent though. Like don't get me wrong. Those numbers look deflated. I used to watch this guy all the time.
Yeah,
he'll come in. He'll give you 30 in one night. Then the next night, he's dropping 7. I'm like, oh man, see,
but you know, you're right. But as a role player, you know, I think it's somebody come off the bench. I'm not saying start him. But somebody that's gonna come off the bench as a role player, man, he can use some quality minutes. But I could see I could see that, but yeah, man, I just hope that 3 first round picks. I mean, man, Danny Ainge at his at his best. I mean, this is what he does. Yeah. So it's all about what he does with them. The only thing, and again with Danny Ainge too, he rebuilt Boston, but he also dropped the ball a little bit because he held on to those picks too long.
Well, I mean,
he didn't make certain moves to me. Like, what's the point of having all those picks if you ain't gonna do nothing with it?
I don't know, man. He created a finals worthy team.
He did.
Over there in Boston.
Well, it took him a while though. They just got to the finals this year. If it wasn't for Aduka, not Aduka.
Well, I mean, they went to some couple East. I don't understand why they let him go in the first place.
Who, Danny Ainge?
Yeah, I know they wanted Brad Stevens to get out of the coaching role, and they pretty much brought him to the front office. But why would you do that? And you know he built this team to what it was.
He had his hand.
That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, he had his handprints all over it. I didn't. I just think the picks. I just think he held on some of those picks too long. I think he could have leveraged those for some other stuff, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what he does. You know, you got what's name in the owners too. Dwayne Wade's in that ownership too. And that was his guy. That was Donovan Mitchell was his guy. So
he's trying to get him to go to Miami.
Yeah, I know. So the Cavs, I'm surprised, but it's not a It's not a bad trade at all. Not a bad trade for the Cavs. Both teams. I mean, because then you trust Danny Ainge because what he did with the Celtics, he can do with the Utah. And hey, man, let the rebuild begin. It's official. So I mean, it was already official, Rudy Gobert, but now Mitchell's gone. So, but yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, man. So, man, what we got next, man? We got another one. Another something happened today. Russell Wilson.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
That's right.
That's right. Russell Wilson. So how you feeling about the extension? You think it was warranted? Because I tell you this, he's coming off
he's consistent.
He's consistent. Okay.
He's consistent. No matter last season is probably his least favorite, but you gotta understand, like, even when he's playing, he's automatic. You're gonna give you over 3,500 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna give you that because touchdown to interception ratio is always going to be immaculate. He doesn't make any bad decisions when he plays. He rarely does. He's a very smart quarterback.
Yeah.
Do we deserve it? 100%.
Yeah.
He deserves to get paid.
So let's look at top paid QBs right now, right?
Man, the only one that's impressed me is Donovan Mitchell. The Deshaun Watson trade. He's getting 230 million. He's getting all that fully guaranteed.
His agent deserves I don't know, man. I don't know what his agent deserves, but his agent set him up.
Deshaun balls, but I don't know if he's better than Russell though.
That's a good debate too. Like I don't know either. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I would say no, because Russell to me he's more proven. You know,
you got a ring?
Nah, Russell do. You know,
Russell got a ring.
Russell got a ring. I think the contract. You know what it is. You know, because I know a lot of so I saw a lot of not on ESPN or anything, but I saw a lot of comments. You know, I'm not really active on Twitter, but I was looking on comments, and a lot of people were saying, like, YouTube or whatever, and a lot of people were saying that he had a bad year, and I'm last year. So how can he get?
He was hurt.
He was hurt, but I mean, his bad year was Derek Carr's best year. So I mean, if you compare the numbers, you know, like look at the number, like what Derek Carr did last year. Was
Russell consistent numbers.
Yeah. So I mean, I think with Russell, he just sets the bar so high because of the quarterback that he is. Anything that he's, anything that's subpar, that people see, it's going to be, oh, he had a bad year, and he was hurt, and like they had no O-line. Who was he throwing to? He wanted more say in the offense.
That's another thing you pointed out. The Seattle Seahawks been struggling on that offensive line, and the thing is, how can you think you're going to be a better football team even when you have a star quarterback when your line is damaged? You got to think about it. Like I explained on the podcast, even on Anchor 1,000 times. Yeah. You need an O-line and you need a solid D-line to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have nobody protecting the quarterback, your quarterback going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And in the instance last year, he broke his thumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we do next, you gotta actively being proactive and try to do the best to keep your quarterback safe and sound. And so he can actually win this game, because I've seen late game moments where Russell Wilson pulled them out. You know what I'm saying? Either they won or they lost, but he still played his hardest.
Yeah. 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 I think with Russell, I mean, you're right. It's I mean, I mean, he deserves it to me. I mean,
of course.
It's a hard worker.
Players getting their money.
He's dependable. I mean, the Broncos have been searching for a quarterback since Peyton Manning left. They got one. John Elway's going to a QB carousel. I mean, he had Drew Lock in there. He had Drew Lock in there at one point. So
I mean, he had everybody in there, man.
Everybody. So I mean, I think the lockdown, somebody like Russell Wilson, and then they talk about the age because he's 33 or 32, right?
But, he's 32, right?
Yeah, way these players are playing well into it.
the quarterbacks now are designed to
to play
play
longer.
longer.
Yeah.
So look at Tom, for example. Tom is 45, and when I think the last old player was I don't know, his name is probably Ripon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last old player that played quarterback at that particular level. And right now, Tom's still doing it well. I
Yeah.
give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
definitely showed the longevity. But you
Mm-hmm.
got to understand, too, he's not getting hit as much.
No.
That plays a part.
Yeah.
If you're not getting touched that much, of course, you can play forever.
Yeah.
Like guys like Aaron Rodgers, he said he want to play till he's 45. They rarely get touched. Now, Russ get touched. It's just the fact that now they got a little decent O line. I don't think he's probably gonna get touched as much, so he should be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. 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 I agree. I agree. Yeah. Russell Wilson, he deserves it. Congrats to him. I mean, like I said, they've been looking for a quarterback for a long time and they got one. And then the cool thing about this is they're gonna build around him. They're doing it. They're doing the kind of the same thing they did with Peyton Manning when they signed him, and then they just slowly but surely built around him because they knew
Yeah.
that's the quarterback that they had. Um, so I mean, the Broncos are scary, man. They're a scary team, because Russell, he's not just stationary. He's a threat with his legs, and he can extend plays too. So,
Yeah,
I
he
like the
not
move.
he not my man Jackson. So
Well, that's a good. See, that's why I brought this up. So I mean, so where does Jackson fit into this? So you got Aaron at number one, Russell number two. Now he's over Kyler.
Jackson should be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Really? Wow.
Reason why I say that because he's a dual threat, and also without Lamar Jackson on the Ravens, people think that he can actually be, and get it. They can probably get it done without him. No, they can't.
Mm-hmm.
He's a winner. Why not pay your winner? Lamar Jackson either should be either number one or number two. You know, guaranteed.
Well, yeah, he should definitely be the highest paid. I think it comes down to numbers for me. I don't think he should be. I don't know, man. The whole Deshaun Watson, this guaranteed contract, just throw a wrench in everything. Because
You gotta understand the whole QB circle right now is throwing a monkey wrench in everything.
yeah.
Some of these guys, look for example, don't get me wrong. I think Kurt is nice though, but Kurt been robbing the league for I don't know how long now. You think about if you really think about it, Kirk Cousins is the smartest QB they have in the league because all his contracts been fully guaranteed.
I mean, for he was a franchise tag for 3 years.
He's been getting more money, literally more money than Tom Brady.
No, for real. No, straight up. No. I would love to put that stack together to see how much money he's made because he's really the first quarterback with a guaranteed contract.
Yes, because he wasn't tolerating that. He said that even when Washington want to make up their mind and would want to sign him to a long-term deal, he said, I'm playing under a tag with I think it was over $27 or $30 million guaranteed cash. Mm-hmm. He's to me the smartest quarterback that controlled his destiny and controlled how he was going to get paid and made sure he was going to get paid in that way.
I agree. I think I'm surprised about I forgot I didn't realize Derek Carr was on that list at 40.5.
But he get paid.
Yeah, I didn't realize he get
paid. He's a consistent contributor, but I mean, again,
based off the market,
yeah,
based off the market. Yeah, I would back to the Lamar. I think Lamar definitely deserves to be paid, and I think he does deserve to be the top.
Think about it. Lamar got better. He got a better regular season record than Josh Allen, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Why not pay him?
Yeah.
Why not try to give him that guaranteed money? Of course.
Well, my argument was the guarantee. I don't think he should get guaranteed money.
Deserve fully guaranteed, bro. You got to think about what they had last year. They lost a lot of weapons last year.
I know.
primarily at the running back position, bro. They went through literally 5 to 6 running backs last year in the beginning.
You know what I'd rather? You know what I'd rather see? Because I can't say that because that's basically taking money out of a player's pocket that they worked hard for. But I'd rather see him still be the top paid player, but then like showcase his arm. Get a wide receiver. Why is Mark Andrews the primary target? Like I would love to see because I know he can throw.
For Baltimore's front office.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like they've always the last great receiver that was there, last two great were three. I won't say Torrey Smith was great, but he was definitely a star.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Torrey Smith.
But I gotta say, you had a great Steve Smith. Yep. He was old, but he was still good.
Yeah.
And they had Anquan Bolden. But those guys, the majority of Anquan is more of a possession. I think Steve was definitely dynamic. Steve was definitely an underrated wide receiver, by the way.
Yeah.
He don't get talked about much at all.
No, he was. He was another great one. No, Steve was, man, for what he did.
I think a bona fide Hall of Fame, if you ask me.
Bona fide. I have to look up his stats a little bit more, but
oh man, go look him up, man. Steve was that guy.
Yeah. But I know he was a great player. I know he was. He was a baller.
Tough, gritty. You gotta love a guy that's dynamic and still get the job done.
Yeah.
You don't find a lot of guys that's like that.
Yeah. we're going to have the discussion about that. I'm going to pull his numbers up.
Go ahead and get into it right now. Go look up Steve Smith. Yeah.
Right, let's do it. All right.
Is Steve Smith a Hall of Famer?
Let's see.
That's a great discussion.
All right. Let's see. Okay, it says this is the Bleacher Report. It says numbers don't lie. All right, let me pull this up. Let me put that down. Let's see. So I'm looking through the numbers. Where the numbers at? Let's find something else.
Just pull them up. Just go to the stat where we look at all the pro football reference.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Can you see it?
Zoom in. 14. I can't see it much, but 14,000 yards. I see that.
Oh yeah. Dang. Yeah. 14,000 yards.
You got to understand too. This guy was labeled as a punt returner and kick returner when he first got into the league.
Yeah.
Look at that. He turned into a dog, man. That is big, bro.
Yeah, because I remember how tall he was. Only 5'9". Yeah. 5'9", bro. 195.
6'3".
Yeah. Ooh, look. Yeah, I might. Yeah. You all right? All right. Yeah.
Man, I won't say Hall of Fame contender unless they ain't haven't proven it.
Man.
He was always labeled number 2. When they was with the Panthers, they was always crediting Wasim Muhammad as the number 1 receiver.
I remember Muhammad. Yeah, I remember Muhammad. Yeah.
And even before then, I think they had Ray Carew before all that shit was going down. But they always had him in the back burner. Man, he clearly is that number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Look at 2005. He had over 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
12 TDs.
Even with the Ravens, he was balling. Look at that. 2014.
That's an older Smith.
Yeah.
That's at 35, bro.
Yeah.
He was consistent.
You know what, man? This is the second time you changed my mind, man. First with the Cavaliers, and now with this Steve Smith guy, dog.
Man, trust me, man.
Yeah, because that Cavaliers, I was like, man, hell no. But you know, but when you do a deeper look into it, yeah,
they almost made the playoffs last year. You got to think about it.
You're right.
That play-in game fucked them up. But besides that, they actually showed grit. At least they got an opportunity to play in the play-in. Yeah. You know, a lot of teams that had the opportunity to play in the play-in and choked. Yeah. We already know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say one little reference, little pot shot all the time, boy.
Somebody come up. Oh man. Oh man. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right, man. Yeah, I had to relook that, man. I'm glad we looked at that. And then even with Steve Smith, yeah, I just wasn't sure, but you look at the numbers don't lie.
Dog.
Numbers
A
don't
lot
lie.
of like, for example, Devin Hester should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I do believe he should be in the Hall of Fame for
Yeah,
sure.
you know what I'm
For
saying.
sure.
Heat and dynamic, all around.
For sure. He definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
I was surprised he didn't get first ballot. I don't understand. Nobody did play the kick return and punt returner as great as him. Nobody.
No. Mm-mm. No.
So
No,
for
yeah,
that, go ahead. I'm
how many
sorry.
does he run back?
Oh man, you gotta look that up. I don't know about off the top, but
Yeah.
it's a lot. He's I know he's definitely crushed Dante Hall record. And he was a dog.
Okay. Ooh, let's see. He has stat news. That's who it was. There we go. There we go.
He had 11,000 yards and kick
Crazy.
returns. Man, come on,
Yeah,
man.
he's another one. Yeah, I didn't debate that. I remember watching him. He is another one that needs to be.
Man, he redefined. They made him. I think they changed the kickoff system because of him.
Yeah, they did. Yep. Yep. Yeah, when you do something like that, man, like revolutionary, you're changing the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you got the numbers to back it up.
Dog,
I mean,
complete dog.
look at that. 30. He scored 37 touchdowns. Ooh.
Along with 315 punt returns for 3,600 yards and kick returns 629 with over 11,000 yards. Hall of Famer, no doubt.
No doubt.
There's a lot of guys that didn't get in that I'm upset, man. I don't know if it's a bias like Fred Taylor should be a Hall of Famer. These guys, they played the game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Fred should definitely be in the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. I remember he's on that he's on the Pivot and the Pivot podcast. He was talking to Saquon Barkley or another he's talking to I forgot, I don't know if it was him or if it was Najee Harris, but it was one of the running backs he was talking about, and he was saying he asked him, when did you realize that you wanted to go for the Hall of Fame? Oh no, Devontae Parker. It was Devontae Parker. Never mind. It was Devontae Adams. Damn, Devontae Adams. My bad. Go all the way around the world. Shit. Devontae Adams, because they was asking him, when did you realize that you want to go for the Hall of Fame? And Devontae was like, when I started, I that's one of my goals. Fred was saying he didn't really think about it. He never thought about it. He's like, honestly, I never thought about it until like the last 2-3 years of my career when I was kind of made aware that I might have a shot. And then that's, when I really even went even harder. So, some of those players back in that era, man, they just played football. They didn't really play football.
I've seen Fred play some games that were definitely like people think he was a little prone, but when he did play, complete beast.
Beast, yeah. No, he's the beast, man. Man. We got Jimmy G staying with the Niners. Let me get this down.
They paying him a high backup QB role.
You think so? He signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah, man, they paying him over 20 mil.
No. It's like a 1 year, $6 million, but that's with incentives, right?
Yeah, but let's pull it up.
I'm about to pull it up right now.
I swear he's like the highest. I've seen somewhere it said he was the highest QB as a backup quarterback.
Let's see.
Jimmy G. He's gonna be a starter for them for soon though, Because
You
Trey
think
Lance,
so?
I think Trey Lance gonna drop the ball, bro.
Oh man, you think he's gonna drop the ball?
That was to me. I think whoever made that pick was dumb. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should have added some more, pieces to their team.
There we go. Yeah, he got base salary 6.5, signing of 1.4, and then yeah, yearly cash 12. Yeah, they got him under. They redid his contract. They got him in a
Yeah,
nice
but
little contract.
$12 million as a backup quarterback, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, but for Jimmy G though, I mean, especially what he's done for the
Jimmy G,
49ers.
he's doing okay.
Okay, okay, but he's
He was bus driver s as at best.
yeah, I can't even. I'm
You
not
know what
gonna
I
sit and
mean?
try to defend Jimmy G, man. He doesn't come up in the big moments. He damn for sure doesn't do that. But and
He
he's a little
struggled
injury.
there
He's injury prone
whole
too.
playoffs.
Yeah, he's injury prone too. I like Trey Lance though, man. I just, you know what it is. I don't. You know, I can't even say that because I haven't seen enough of him. I want to like him. So the jury's out on him. I don't know how I feel about him. But I want to like him. I do think he looks like he's going to do well. But with Jimmy G staying with the Niners, I never thought that he should have left. I mean, because what
No,
if?
I
Because
don't think he fits anywhere else. You said the Saints, but I definitely disagree with that.
I said, yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of teams that because no, I didn't say the Saints. I like Jameis Winston. I like
Well,
Jameis.
yeah, but you said, I quote in one of our episodes,
Mm-hmm.
you said that you could see James Wilson getting hurt, and then they're
Yeah,
going to try to trade for
there's
Jimmy G,
yeah.
and they're going to make a late playoff run with Jimmy G.
Well, because you know what? Because they they kind of remind me a little bit of the 49ers without the West Coast playbook system. You know, they
Mhm.
have a
They got the
defense.
same
They got a.
nucleus, if you
They
think about it,
really do. They really do. So if I need a,
outside of having Debo Samuel.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't, hopefully, Mike Thomas come back pretty good. I don't know. He's looking real slim as of lately.
Yeah.
A lot of questions regarding around him, but I'm not even worried about him. I think the rookie Chris Olave, I
I
don't know how you pronounce his name, but
yeah, yeah.
it's definitely looking on the bright side with him.
Yeah, I do. I'm concerned about Michael Thomas too. But the Saints,
Yeah.
man, like their defense, I Cam Jordan. You got the Honey Badger back there now.
Mm-hmm.
You got
They
who else?
just traded. I think I went and did. They didn't really receive much compensation because he showed a lot of problems. Chris Gardner Johnson.
I seen that.
I wouldn't trade him. That was kind of idiotic for me.
Yeah.
And I don't think they got much from him too. I think they got a second and a fifth round.
Second and
That's
fifth.
it.
That's it. And then that's enough. Hey, Eagles gonna be a problem this year, man. If
Hopefully,
everything
man, they got what it takes.
they got what it takes, but
But
woo
again,
man, Eagles gonna be. It's almost like, and I love what they're doing, man, because they're like
yeah,
we're all
I
in.
do too. But I question the head coach. He had a lot of inconsistency when it came to Miles Sanders. He didn't utilize him to his strengths, and I hate that.
Yeah, yeah,
And you got to question his knowledge for football. Like you got a primarily dominant, flashy scat back there. You utilize him to his strengths. You
yeah,
hit him in the flats, or you get him in screens. You do something to get the ball rolling. But he didn't he underutilized Miles Sanders last year. I think that's the most underwhelming season. I felt bad for Miles have to go in go in game at the game and not really touch the ball like that. That was ridiculous.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, because he's another person. I felt like that. He kind of disappeared. You're like, what happened to him?
It was
Uh,
not him. It was Nick
yeah, it was.
Sirianni. That
It
was
was.
the problem.
It was.
Nick
So yeah,
Sirianni.
yeah. That's true. That's true. It's gonna all come down to how they use these players. But like you said, on paper, um, man, they went all
Man,
in.
at
They
one point, I remember one time they was paper champions when they had Nnamdi Asomugha and
oh yeah,
Vince Young and everybody. Like, oh my
yeah,
God, we about to win a championship. And that was
yeah,
a dud.
yeah. Hey man, this is one. Hold on, let's see what we talking. This is one clip. Since we talking about the Eagles, man, have you seen that clip? With TKO, you remember TKO Spikes, right?
Yeah, I remember taking Spikes.
Yeah, and how he's talking about because one of my favorite Brian Dawkins, man,
love him, dog.
Man,
listen, that is all time my favorite all time safety of all time. Man. Mind you, it's very few of them that I can say, hey, this guy was a complete dog. Sean Taylor, him, and Donovan Darius.
Yeah.
And for the Jags,
yeah,
complete dogs, man.
Man, well, look, I was watching this. I watched this earlier, and that's what. And then I just this is why this popped up on me. But I was like, man, this dude really was a dog. Have you seen this clip?
Spikes, I'm gonna take his soul. And I was like, what? I'm gonna take his soul. I want to see how bad he wants to play.
Hey, man.
Next play, they run the crowd behind me. Brian Dawkins. Boom. I said, oh my goodness. He gets up over him and just say, hallelujah. Jesus. I don't know what he's on, but I want some before the next game, though. I like B-Dawkins.
Hey, man.
He's like, Spikes, I'm going to take his soul. And I was like, what? I'm going to take his soul. I want to see how bad he wants to play.
Hey, man. Brian Dawkins is different, man.
Run the crowd behind me.
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins.
The football ain't like that no more.
Nah.
Oh my goodness. He gets up over him.
For better reasons,
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like guys like him, Ed Reed, they changed the game. And I forgot, don't forget about Troy Polamalu.
Yeah. Yeah, Troy, he doesn't, he's another one.
He don't get credit at all.
He doesn't.
He was all over the field back in the day.
Yeah, he was with that hair flopping and he had them Head and Shoulders commercials on lock, didn't he?
Oh shit.
Man. But now with Jimmy G, man, like I never understood you gotta think about it too. This is the last thing I say about Jimmy G. I think it's a great move for the 49ers because you don't know what you're getting out of Trey Lance. But it's interesting too, man. Like they got him on again, $12 million. Yeah, it is a lot for a backup quarterback, but when you break that down, bro, they're in California. You know the state taxes in California? $12 million.
Bro, like to go talk about the man, money.
Hey, I'm thinking if I'm Jimmy G and I don't want to come back because they about to bust that down and it's gonna be like he gonna see about 3 or 4.
Man, when you really think about it,
maybe even 2.
Me ain't really nothing over there in Cali.
It's not like when he got to pay his, he got to pay his agent, whatever, accountant, whatever. I'm just saying when you bust everything down, you're like, I'm probably gonna have $2 million when it's all said and done. So, and then you got $2 million in California. It's like it's a lot. $2 million is a lot of money. But I'm just saying California is different.
$2 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
So, but
California is a very expensive place to live. And reside. So I understand.
It is, but I'm not surprised he came back. At the market, I didn't see a team for him, and basically he would have to sit out and wait till somebody get hurt, or come back to a team that he knows and then wait. He's still a bargaining chip for him because somebody does get hurt, he might be able to get traded, and they might be able to get a pick for him. So all is in loss with Jimmy G.
Yeah, and honestly, when the market is so tied into this place right now where you have a decent QB to actually have a home, that's one of the things is it gets interesting because you don't know. See, Jimmy G don't have a place where he can go because everybody have a quarterback.
Yeah,
everybody is an opportunity to contend. I really think, I may be wrong, but I believe that Baker Mayfield gonna torch the hell out of the Browns this weekend, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, next weekend. I'm sorry.
Oh Baker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a good game. Boy, we're gonna be busy. You know what I mean?
We're gonna definitely be busy because you said that the Jets are gonna beat the Ravens.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna
do
it.
Not.
They're gonna do it.
They look pretty good though. I seen a couple highlights from them.
I'm telling you, man, that boy Robert Salah, man, he got them rolling.
Yeah, but I really don't believe in that though.
I know, Hey, and Zach, I'm just mad Zach's not playing because it's like, man, come on, man.
No, it's a good thing Zach is not playing. Zach ain't really showed anything for me to say, oh my God, you called him the next Aaron Rodgers. That is Aaron Rodgers, man.
It took Aaron Rodgers 4 years to become Aaron Rodgers. Give him some time.
But you know why though? Aaron Rodgers didn't come in the league because he was sitting back up to to a great QB. He had to analyze the game.
You think he would have been that great though? Like, well, by him analyzing the game, I think that helped his greatness. Sitting behind somebody like Brett
I think he was going to automatically be great though.
Man, come on. You sit behind Brett Favre.
Who was that guy at UCLA?
But you're behind Brett Favre.
I'm sorry. I think he played for Cal Bears, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Cal. It was Cal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was Cal. Yeah. Nah, I mean, Brett Favre. And then, well, I was about to say coaching, but, coaching wasn't bad. But, because they had Mark Holmgren, right?
Yeah.
Holmgren, yep.
In the beginning, they had Mark Holmgren.
Yeah, in the beginning. So, I'm not going to say bad. He's a hell of a coach. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think Jimmy G, he'll be all right. I mean, with Trey Lance, and I just interested to see how the season will go. We got a busy next 18 weeks. So we're gonna be covering this for the next 18 weeks between football, college football, all sports. So we're really looking forward to getting into it. Thank you again for tuning in for the Creative Notice podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think.
Definitely. Bring all the heat. I'm going to try to get these comments thing. I heard a lot of people having issues about making comments, and they said we comment block. Because honestly, I accept all comments.
Yeah,
I love it.
Me too. And like I said, don't forget. Remember, leave a comment, and you never know, you might get put on screen, and we'll respond to you on screen, and then maybe down the line we can get you on air, on live, and we can talk about it. So, but again, thank you for listening to Creative Notice podcast. You got me, Bobby, right here. You got Jeff to the right. Check you guys next time. Peace.
We out.